back. You know, he's leading in the top 10 in try assists in the competition, and he needs to be influential today.
So here we go. Cook gets us underway. Toulouse against Leigh from the Stade Ernest Vallon. And with temperatures where they are in the south of France at the moment, it's going to be a huge opening 10 minutes or so. Belmas pushed back there by Mulhern. Rubinos more used to the heat. I'm going to be interested to see how Leigh cope with this. They flew out on Friday, yesterday to Carcassonne, then got a bus up to Toulouse. It's going to be very, very different from anything that they've come across in the past. On the last, and Shorrocks it is, who'll get the boot to ball. And it's well taken by Senior. So let's see what Leigh can do with their first set. Will the Heat play to Toulouse advantage? This season they've been slow starters, and then got into a game and probably left it too late in many matches.
Yeah, you're 100% right. I think the problem for Toulouse this season is they've been serial slow starters. They've given the opposition, you know, way too many points advantage, and then showed some grit and determination to stay and fight in the game. But they won't be able to do this today against this Leigh team. It's all about ball control, it's all about completions, and the best team at that will come out on top.
Well, here is Lamb now, and Armstrong on that far side, breaks clear. Very dangerous with ball in hand, David Armstrong. 7th consecutive game back in the Leopard jersey after that horrendous ACL he suffered. Ball is batted backwards, and it may well have been a knock-on. Well, that's unfortunate. I think it was Rouget. The ball was batted backwards.
Yeah, it wasn't the best kick from Lachlan Lamb. It seemed like it sort of came off the outside of his foot. Frank Hilton there competing. I think Cesar Rouge anticipated the bounce but just wasn't able to pick it up on the fly, and this gives Leigh a really good opportunity to attack Toulouse's line.
Shot clock's all okay. Heads in.
Yeah, so opening stages.
Let's go, boys.
Mulhern back in the pack. Liam Horn actually starting only his
Heading at the back.
second game for Leigh. Edwin Pape on the bench. Obviously a tactical decision by Adrian Lamb. Here is Hanley. What an impressive season he has had so far. Amila Hanley. It was Charlie at dummy half, and here is Mulhern. Belmas in hands with a bit of help from Rubinos trying to bring him down. Here is Horn then at dummy half. First big opportunity, drive forward by Offengawi. What a season he has had. Horn now, this is dangerous. Leo brought down right in front of the post. The ball will come to the right-hand side. Cook, quick hands. Hanley can't get the ball away. So far, so good defensively. Goal line defence from Toulouse, but Cook on the last. Arrows the kick towards the corner. Ball is allowed to bounce. Up it goes, and then it's picked up by the young winger, Mathieu Pons. That was good goal line defence. 0-0 it is. Leigh had their shot, but it looks like a knock-on. Is it a knock-on by the young winger?
It was a really, really pleasing start there defensively from Toulouse. They handled everything that Leigh were throwing at them, shape and power. And obviously they got the ball there back, and the young winger Mathieu Pons just makes an error there. And more pressure now on the Toulouse line.
It just goes back to what you were saying, what we were saying about the slow start that Toulouse have made this season. Did well initially.
Yeah, is Innis Senior on the ball there?
Yeah, maybe.
One-on-one?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe hand on ball. But no captain challenge. So back-to-back sets it's going to be for Leigh on the Toulouse line, and Hanley is brought down. Here's another man who's been really impressive this season, unsung hero Jacob Alec. Really good player for Leigh so far in 2026. Quick hands now. Lamb with a short pass. Here is Cook. Can he get the ball down? Or is he held on his back over the line? That could be brilliant defence. Cook looked like he was a scorer.
Please just check that.
Wow, brilliant defence, is it? Tara Jones, the referee, saying no try on the field. Aaron Moore, the video ref, will have a look at this. Try or not?
2, we have an on-field decision of no try. We're looking if this ball is being grounded. So that angle, it looks like Adam Cook does it. So we'll go back on that, please. Go back on that. Start. Yeah, just go back. Same angle, the other angle, please, what you just showed. Yeah, this is the one. Go slow, please. So Adam Cook's going towards the line. He's held up there, and then keep playing it through, keep playing it through. And he is always held up. Thank you, I made my decision.
Adam!
Wow, how good was that? Cesar Rouget, helped by AJ Wallace. That is a sensational try-saving tackle.
An amazing piece of defensive play. I'm just giving Toulouse credit for the way that they defended the first opportunity Leigh had on their line. But again, Lachlan Lamb heavily involved, Isaac Liu heavily involved, but a fantastic goal line defence there. They should take a huge amount of confidence out of that.
But the danger isn't over for Toulouse. Here is Lamb once more. Cook, Hamley, Charlie for the corner. Charlie won't be denied from there. And he gets another. Josh Charlie simply cannot stop scoring. 17 tries now in Super League. And Super League's leading try scorer gets try number 273 to extend his lead over Ryan Hall. It had been coming.
It had definitely been coming. The most lethal finisher in the competition, in the Super League era. And again, it's just lovely incisive play from Leigh. I love the cut-out ball there from Cook, who finds Hanley and finds Josh Charlie in space, and there's no way that Josh Charlie is not finishing that. Again, a wonderful piece of attacking play. This year, Leigh have been probably not as expansive as previous seasons. They've struggled a little bit offensively, but in the opening 5 minutes, they're looking sharp today, Stu.
Yeah, really good stuff from Leigh. It all came from the error in the end by the young winger Mathieu Pons, but Leigh have dominated the early stages of this game. Toulouse have hardly had the ball. So Cook, who has been good and bad when it comes to goal kicking, 7 out of 7 with the boot against Bradford, but has struggled in other games. This one 5 yards in from touch on this right-hand side. And this will drift across the post, so 4-0 it will stay. Charlie with the try. It had to be Josh Charlie.
It had to be him. It had to be him. And again, Leigh have been very disciplined with the ball in hand. They've worked through the power game, they've worked through Mulhern, they've worked through Ofangawi. And when Lachlan Lamb and Adam Cook and David Armstrong chime into the line, they look very dangerous. You've got to give Toulouse credit for the way that they scrambled and defended the first play, but Leigh went to the other edge and had some success. And Charlie, as we've seen, is the best finisher in the competition.
Yeah. 273 Charlie, 271 Hall, 247 some bloke called Maguire.
Pulling away.
Wow. For a long time that was your record, wasn't it? But I'm not surprised actually that Ryan Hall isn't adding to his tally, because everything Leeds do at the moment goes through Mike Acevo, don't they? But here's an opportunity, because it's a knock on. Well, it could be an incorrect play the ball actually.
Toulouse, play the ball here!
Yeah. So an unexpected gift here for Toulouse to hit straight back. First time with ball in hand. Close to the Leigh line. Yeah, Ruben Ruddy, they'll be good to see him back. He's missed 6 weeks with a car problem. Now then, let's see what Toulouse can do. First real hit on the Leigh line. Domas brought down. Now then, the ball comes out to that right-hand side. Rubenos looking to try and offload. Hands. Here is Lacan. Little dummy. Brought down by Liu. A short pass again from Shoritz. Still a couple of opportunities left. Joe Catrick was who was brought down. Slip pass there. Wallace inches away from the line. Ball goes back here for Shoritz. He'll lift it towards the Leigh line. Ball goes backwards. Play on! Well, in the end, Cater couldn't get the ball away. Hanley wrapped him up. Leigh survived. 4-0 it stays.
Yeah, lovely way to kick there from Shorrocks. He's a key player for me today for Toulouse. He's got to marshal the troops. He's got to guide Toulouse around the field. I thought it was a very safe set from Toulouse. They didn't really challenge Leigh too much, but it's a great place to start a defensive set to put the pressure back on Leigh.
Yeah, just reminding you, because temperatures are around 39, 40 degrees. There'll be 2 water breaks in each half. That was Alec. Here is Mulhern. If the stories are true, heading to Castres next year, Robin Mulhern. Isaac Mew. Played quickly by Horn. Lamb it is who will launch the high kick, and it's well taken by Matthew Pons. Only his second game this for Toulouse. Some of you may remember his dad, Cyril Pons, one of the great players of French Rugby League.
I think there's definitely a tactic that Leigh have obviously identified in the week. Young winger, inexperienced winger, they're definitely looking to kick into that corner where Pons is defending.
That's another knock-on. This time it's Laguerre who puts the ball down. Yeah. 5 knock-ons in the opening 10 minutes, and Leigh now, having defended, they're going to have an opportunity to launch another attack if just a loose carry.
Yeah, just unforced errors, Stu. This just can't happen. Not in today's game, the conditions and everything that comes with what they're going to be faced with out there. You need to be clean, the ball control, you need to be up there towards 80-90%. We've already had 5 errors and we're only 10 minutes into the game.
Shot clock off.
Much to think about there for Sylvain Houlez. Be disappointed having got themselves in a good position. As Danny said, it was a conservative approach, wasn't it, on the line. Here is Offengawi. He's one of the best props in Super League for me in 2026. Offengawi. Lamb with the offload. There is Niu and Liu. Cook now, he was looking for the offload. Armstrong was there just in case. Is that another knock on? I think it might be. Well, this is...
I think they might challenge this, Stu.
Yeah.
You know, Cook's very, very sure that there was hands in there. And
yeah.
Time off. Got a captain's challenge coming.
So a captain challenge is incoming. Now let's see what happened with Adam Cook. He thought that there was a hand in there, or was it just a loose carry?
I'm not sure. I probably need to see that again, but the onus has to be on the ball carrier. Yeah. The onus has to be on the ball carrier. He's got responsibility to keep hold of that ball. You know, there's always hands in there from the defenders. There always is. So he has Cook has a responsibility, but he's obviously confident that he's going to win this one.
Yeah, let's have a look for us. On first look, it looked like he'd lost the ball. And there was a hand in there, but that was a hand in the tackle. So we're going to find out exactly what the situation is. We might be able to see a bit more here, Danny, in slow motion. That the tackle was coming in. I think it was Rob Butler, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Leigh had got a couple of offloads previously. I think it was Tessie Liu and then Isaac Liu. And obviously David Armstrong's pushing through there. So as a defender, you're wanting to keep hold of the ball. You're wanting to protect, stop the offload. So I can understand why the Toulouse defender would have his hands around or close to the ball. But ultimately, Cook has a responsibility to keep hold of it. Is he looking to try and get the ball away here?
Yeah, it was
really
Stefani, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Stefani who came in. Let's have a real look at that. Well, it looks like he just lost the ball, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a pulling motion then from the Toulouse defender staff, Stefani. So, but again, I think the ball carrier does have an onus on keeping control of the ball.
Loose carry is the call from Aaron Moore. He did lose the ball, and Leigh had lost their captain challenge. But on first glance, that's what we thought.
Yeah, I'm okay with that decision. I'm okay with that. Again, we've got to put a little bit more onus on the attackers. When they do have the ball in hand. Ultimately, defensively, you're trying to prevent offload. You're trying to prevent a quick play of the ball. So you've got to do everything in what you can to try and limit that. So I'm okay with that decision.
Yeah, looks like a knock-on every
Let's go. Yeah.
every couple of minutes, doesn't it, so far? 4-0 it is, Leigh through Josh Charnley, with the score that separates these two sides in searing heat. So for those old enough to remember, in Fahrenheit, 100 degrees, and that is hot. Hands just short of halfway. Lacanin is at dummy half. Was that another knock-on? Joe Cater has lost possession. Well, that's seven knock-ons in 12 minutes. What's going on?
Yeah, Toulouse are doing themselves no favours here. Again, we spoke about it pre-game, how important completion rates, ball control, finishing your sets off in good areas, how important that were going to be today. And Toulouse have just done the exact opposite, Stu.
Yeah.
They've made 4 or 5 errors and they're just putting more pressure on themselves. And Leigh are too good a team not to take advantage of that.
Yeah, it was a good tackle, wasn't it, by Liam Horn? Forced the error.
Yeah, 2. Thank you.
Armstrong now looking for a way through. Wallace brings him down. Bit of help from Belmas. Off and Gary. That's good hands. Lamb looking for a way through. Rennie it is. Charnley the try scorer. Mulholland. So this is the last. Can Leigh extend their lead? Cook with a short pass. Lamb for Charnley again, and he's got the ball down, or did he lose it? Has he lost the ball in the act of scoring? Well, this is going to be interesting. Try is given on the field, but you can be absolutely certain, well, we know it's going to be reviewed. Has Charnley got a second? I wonder. Danny.
I love Leigh going back to where they've had some success. The first try that Charnley scored was a shift and a ball movement out to their right edge, and Josh Charnley finished it. And again, they do something very similar. This time we see Lachlan Lamb. We see Lachlan Lamb get the ball in his hands. We're just going to see the replay. Cook and Lamb linking up together. Wow, what a ball by Lachlan Lamb. The ability to be able to find, and I think Josh Charnley grounded that. It's an amazing finish if he has. The ability to be able to step, catch the ball and move. And while defenders are around you, ground the ball on the line. It's an awesome finish.
Wow. At first look, it looked like he'd lost the ball. But when you're one of the best wingers of the Super League era, certainly the most lucrative when it comes to try scoring, and he did that brilliantly. Try confirmed, 8-0, Josh Charnley with 2 more, 18 now for the season, and 2-7-4 for the career. But that was just sensational wing play once again from Charnley. Had no right to score, but he managed to. Let's see what Adam Cook can do off the touchline. Missed the first kick from a similar position. And again, he's missed it. Wide to the right of the post. But so far, with 15 minutes gone, it's the Josh Charnley show.
Yeah, Toulouse have just started this game really slow, and they've been serial slow starts throughout the competition. But you've got to give Leigh credit, they've been very disciplined, and every opportunity that they've had in this game so far, they've iced it and they've taken it. And it's that man, Josh Charnley, 274 Super League tries now, pulling further clear of his wing competitor, Ryan Hall.
Yeah, as I was saying before, when Mike Acevo's scoring so many tries, you're not going to play the ball to the right-hand side, are you? Yeah,
most teams are heavy left side. They prefer to move the ball to the left, and obviously Acevo's having so much success. But if you look at Leigh, Josh Charnley's on the right wing, and that's where we've had the joy so far today.
8-0, 15 minutes gone. Getting no cooler in Toulouse. Here is Alec. Well, moving it to that left-hand side again. Quick hands, Neo, good offload for Armstrong.
Just thinking today's conditions, Stuart, offloads are so crucial. If you can get the ball away from second phase, defensively, then you have to do more work. And the Leigh offloads are going to take its toll on the Toulouse defenders.
We've only seen Toulouse attack the Leigh try line once so far, and that came off a Leigh error as well, didn't it? Lamb with the kick downfield, taken by Holmes once more. This is a foothold in the game. Complete the set.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a really good set from Leigh after points. They moved the ball, they challenged Toulouse, they found a little bit of second phase, but then a lovely kick into the corner to keep the pressure on Toulouse.
Again, trying to make some yardage. Now, early the tackle count, Shorrocks will launch the kick downfield. It looks like a good one, and it is a good one. Brilliant there from Jake Shorrocks, and there wasn't too much that David Armstrong could do about that. That was a sensational kick from the Toulouse number 7.
Yeah, really, really smart piece of play. Love seeing the opportunity on the third tackle. That's where you find space. The wingers aren't tucked back. The fullback's probably very central, and it's a really, really well executed kick by Shorrocks. Now this is the second opportunity Toulouse have had, and they need to make it count.
First one of the season for Shorrocks, for what a moment to do it. But it also puts more pressure on Leigh, because they all have to traipse back and run back in the heat, and let's see whether they can get their reward. Belmas right on that try line. Hands at dummy half. Are they going to be a bit more adventurous with the ball in hand? Great tackle there from Holton. Here is Belmas once more, but well read. And he's been terrific defensively as well, Liam Horn. To the right it goes. It wasn't the best of passes, picked up by Mathieu Pons on that far side. But again, second attack, they've just not been able to do anything with it. Well, it was a decent effort in the end from Quay Ward. He had no option but to take the short side. 2 attacks, they come up with nothing, and again, Danny, a little bit disappointing.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the worst place to turn the ball over. You get an opportunity to front load your defence, but I've just been a little bit disappointed with the way Toulouse are flowing in attack. They're not really challenging the Leigh defence enough.
After such a good kick as well from Shorrocks. Here is Hanley. Off at Gary. Horn once more. You will hang on to it. Doesn't want to lose possession. They've got a penalty there.
I think he's done a good job there, Lou. I was going
to say, I think you might have won that penalty. That might be a tough call. Let's have a look.
Toulouse up here, timer. To play the ball.
Yeah.
It was a 6 again.
I don't think there was too much in that from Stefani. That's what's called an old experienced head. I think from Isaac Liu, something Danny Maguire would have done in his pomp.
Anything to win. But again, it's just another example of Toulouse putting pressure on themselves.
Yeah.
Offensively, they're not challenging Leigh enough, and defensively, they're making too many mistakes. And
brilliant from Mulhern. Now here is Horn, dragged down by Rouget. The ball though will go to ground, and Toulouse will survive. But Mulhern and Horn combining, and you feel there should have been some points at the end of that.
Yeah, a missed opportunity there from Leigh, and again, it's early in the tackle count, so we're talking about Toulouse putting themselves under pressure. Leigh are doing the same if we're serious. You know, a real opportunity there. Great carry.
Oh, that was superb there from Quay Ward. Offload again. The ball goes to ground once more. Mathieu Pons can't hold on to it, and the error count is going up and up and up.
And it's understandable, Stuart. It's understandable when it's tough, when it's warm. You know, your decisions and the way you make decisions gets challenged, and both teams are struggling with it at the moment.
Well, this will be the first water break of the evening in Toulouse. 20 minutes gone. Leigh in front by 8 points to 0. And that is the final score. Wigan coming from behind with 2 tries to win it by 20 points to 16. Hull were leading that game for a long, long time. But Wigan losing both Liam Farrell and Luke Thompson. Blimey. There might be a bit of sun cream on there. Yeah, but there will be water breaks after 20 and 30, then in the second half after 60 and 70 minutes. It really is that hot. But 2 tries, both scored by Josh Charnley. Danny Maguire, we say it week in, week out, he just knows where that try line is. Yeah,
again, he's the best in the business at finishing. Any time he gets close to the line, he's just lethal. And again, you know, the second try comes off the back of the Toulouse error. It's what we've been speaking about, you know, pretty much all the game. You know, the ill discipline from Toulouse and the ability not to be able to finish the sets. And every time Leigh have been down there, they've taken advantage. And Josh Charnley, wow, what more can we say about his finishing?
Yes, we're still not too sure where Josh is going to be playing, what he's going to be doing next year, but he does know where the try line is. 35 years of age yesterday, Josh Charnley, but he can still play.
He can still play, and you know, he's getting better. He's getting better with age. I think you know, his career at Leigh has been as good as wherever he's been. Obviously, he started out at Wigan. He had a little sabbatical in rugby union as well, as otherwise he'd be close to probably 300 tries. But you know, he's been the ultimate professional, and you know, he's one of the best wingers that's graced Super League.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be surprised if he wasn't playing in Super League next year, Josh Charnley, that's for sure. But incredible. Missed the game against Hull KR, along with Lachlan Lamb.
No, it's a penalty for offside now, so it was a knock-on, he was in front, so it's a penalty for offside.
Well, that was well explained there by Tara Jones. Just before the water break, Ponce lost possession, but the ball went to a Toulouse player in front of Ponce. That's accidental offside, but it was offside. And another chance here for Leigh. 8-0 up, 20 minutes gone in the searing heat of the south of France. Alec, and you can see there, Edwin Apape is on for Leigh. The dangerous, very dangerous Apape. What a start the 2 props have had for Leigh, by the way. Belmas has gone off. Jackie Chan is on for Toulouse. But yeah, Offord Gowie and Mulhern have been outstanding in the opening quarter for Leigh. Apape. Here is Liu, beautifully done, yet to score a try this season. He wasn't far away. Still a couple of chances in this set. Apape now, Lamb with a short pass. Holton brought down, Quay Ward and Shorrocks making the tackle. On the last, there goes the kick through. New was going for the ball. And that was superb defence to deny Tessie New, but Lamb again nearly creating something there. Have a look at this. This was close.
Yeah, it's a really smart piece of play from Edwin Apape. Just introduced from the bench to speed up the game, to add some impact to the game, and he'll definitely do that. But he has got some subtle touches in his game too. The ability to be able to find the space, roll it in, and now there's more pressure on the Toulouse line.
Well, they're going short. Leigh will come up with the ball because it came off a Toulouse hand from the dropout. I guess it was worth the gamble. There comes Offord Gowie again, but yeah, as I was saying, Offord Gowie and Mulhern, they're putting a mountain of work. Holton on that left edge for Leigh, reminding you, if Leigh win here, they'll go to within 2 points of the top 6. Here is Cook now, and Armstrong. Good tackle, brilliant tackle from Reading to deny Hanley. And they've got a set restart, I think. Reading was holding on too long. Hanley wins a set restart, and again Toulouse do themselves no favours. Cook with a short pass. Hanley for Charnley for the hat-trick, and he's got another. Josh Charnley with the 25th hat-trick of his career. Incredible. He scored after 6 minutes, after 13 minutes, after 23 minutes. He is unstoppable. And Leigh are 12-0 up.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to admire Leigh's discipline and the way that they've gone about things, and they've had joy down this right-hand side and they've not gone away from it. You know, Cook finds Hanley with a cut-out ball and Hanley spins in the tackle, and there's only one winner from that close to the line. Josh Charnley in for his hat-trick try. It's an outstanding start to this first 23 minutes from Leigh. Every time they've had an opportunity in a good ball, in a good area, they've finished it. And you know, we keep talking about this man and his try scoring abilities, but you've got to give credit to the people inside him there. I think Adam Cook's had a really good start to this game. He's had a really nice influence. And Myler Hanley, who I feel is an outstanding player, has got a real opportunity to push himself towards England and the World Cup. But Josh Charnley, again, you know, there's nobody stopping him from that close to the line one-on-one.
25 hat-tricks, 19 Super League tries, 35 years of age, 275 Super League tries, now 4 clear of Ryan Hall. Now then, will it be third time lucky for Adam Cook off this right-hand touchline? There is Ollie Ashelbot, hugely missed by Toulouse, and this time I think it just shaved the outside of the post. So 3 tries for Charnley, 3 missed kicks, all difficult from Cook. 12-0, Leigh in front.
Yeah, we're just seeing another replay there, and it's worth seeing just for the ability there from Leigh Hanley just to be able to turn and spin out of the tackle and find Josh Charnley. But obviously the only thing that Toulouse can take out of this first 24 minutes are the missed kick opportunities. That kind of keeps them in the game a little bit. But ultimately, defensively, they're not being tough enough and they're making far too many errors and putting themselves under pressure.
Toulouse completing at 50%. And that really tells you everything that you need to know. Here is Charnley from the kickoff. 25 minutes gone, 3 tries. What a stint. Often Gowie is putting in as well. And Mulhern. Here is Holton. Well, they're taking the chances. They've been gifted a couple. Lamb with a short pass, knew it was. But it was the right idea. Trying to offload one-handed there to Senior, but the ball goes in touch. Respite for Toulouse, 12-0 it stays.
Yeah, I actually love the little play on the short side. Lachlan Lamb recognising that Toulouse weren't set on the short side, finding Tessinu in space, and he's a big man, Tessinu. He got his arm free, but I'm not sure that's on there, Stu. I'm not sure that's on the back of scoring a try. You know, Adrian Lamb had been wanting his side to finish with a kick, finish in the corner, keep the pressure on Toulouse. They've just released a little bit of pressure now.
Talked about often Gowie. 10 carries for over 100 metres from a prop forward. Now then, third opportunity for Toulouse on the lead line. Well, here is their 8th debutant this season, John Toliafoa. And he had some steel to the pack, but Quay Ward now looking for a way through. Are they going to be a bit more adventurous? This is where they'll certainly miss Ollie Ashelbot. And they have done so far, but a gap opening up for Stefani, trying to offload. It's going to be a penalty.
Yeah, I think there was a late hitting back play issue. I think Thomas Lacan's, as all good halfbacks should do, you know, carrying the ball into the teeth of the line, and Ofan Gowie from the inside nudges him in the back, and Toulouse get another opportunity now to attack the Leigh line.
Gotta score, you feel. Here is Chan. Leigh's goal line defence has been really good. Gonna have to be again. Hands now. Held up on. Well, he's back over the line.
Don't need any pushing and shoving. Wait. Just roll away, Joe.
Cater it was.
Right there, tackle 2.
It looked like he was going to stretch over, and he was turned round, wasn't he, by Leigh? Good defence.
Who's in the tackle there, Stu? Off Hangawi as well.
He's
had an immense first 25 minutes.
And there's a mistake again, and this time it's Wallace. Well, the error count is going up and up and up, just like the temperature at the Stade Ernest-Vallen, and that was a chance. They've had opportunities. Difference is that Leigh have taken theirs. Toulouse haven't taken theirs. 12-0 it is, 12 minutes to half-time.
Yeah, just lacking any patience, lacking any creativity. I think, you know, it's a real opportunity for Shorrocks and Lacans to step up and take control. They're missing the key player, Ollie Ashot-Bottle, makes things happen out the back, but the lack of discipline to be able to build any pressure is really paying dividends.
They're also missing on that right edge Mathieu Jasson, their vice-captain, who's been really, really good. And from situations like that, they've scored quite a few tries this season, Jasson himself. So 12-0, it stays. Always dangerous, isn't it? Always dangerous. Edwin Apape.
And I think as fatigue starts to set in, Stu, that's when Apape will come into his own. You know, a really crucial period this now for Toulouse.
Brilliant kick behind the defence from Cook. Brilliant chase from Hanley and from Charlie to pin Laguerre back. Offengawi gets a rest after nearly half an hour. Sterling effort from the prop forward. And Anthony Marion is on for Toulouse. History-making day. 261. 261 appearances for Toulouse Olympique. Equaling the record of Sebastian Planas. Hands. Shorrocks with the kick on the last easy take for Armstrong. 10 minutes to go to half-time. We're going to get another water break soon. Leigh 12 points to the good through that Josh Charlie hat-trick. And here is the evergreen Josh Charlie, 35 years of age now. Ball from Apape, finds Lamb. Apape. Brogan. Just shy of halfway. And Owen Trout is on. That'll be huge for Leigh. Owen Trout back in action. And there he is. Missed the last 4 games. Cook. Kick again towards the corner. Well taken. Well taken by Rouget. Are we going to get the penalty? I think there's going to be a water break.
He was making it slow. That's why I chose to stop now, because he made it slow anyway. So he chose to make that ruck slow. That's why I chose to stop it.
You can see Tara Jones explaining there to Anthony Marion her decision. 12 points to 0, 10 minutes to go to half-time. And we have a second water break. But yeah, 39 degrees. And it's been like that all week in the south of France. I know it's been really hot, of course, across the UK, but even hotter over in France. Toulouse have made far too many mistakes, but Josh Charlie just can do no wrong at the moment.
Yeah, it's a welcome break for Toulouse, and as the players huddle into the shade there, we're just going to see the Toulouse mistakes, and you know, there's been too many in this game so far. A really simple handling error there from AJ Wallace, unable to catch the ball in contact. A great carry there from Ethan Keyward, but then an offload, hands to Pons, who puts the ball down, and again, you just can't do that in today's conditions. You know, you need to be squeaky clean with the ball in hand. You need to finish your sets. You need to build pressure. You need to win territory. And Leigh are doing that the best out of the two teams at the moment, and Toulouse just constantly keep putting themselves under pressure.
We have 2 water breaks in each half. Most of the crowd will be in the shade because of the stifling heat. But yeah, Josh Charlie. ...25 career hat-tricks. How many did you score?
Oh, I'm not sure. We'll have to get Prockers on that one. We'll have to get Prockers on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not as many as Josh, but he's had probably a lot of more easier ones than I got, just sort of finishing in the corner. But yeah, and again, we can keep waxing lyrical about his finishing ability, but a lot of his carries out of backfield as well. I think sometimes you underestimate a winger's job, and Josh Charnley's always been one of the best carriers out of backfield. He's always done the dirty work, he's always done the tough work, and I think the tries are just the icing on the cake for what's been an unbelievable career.
Shelby, in your picture there, you can see number 4, Amila Hanley, who has just got better and better over the last 2 or 3 years, and you know, a lot of people, Danny included, have him in England contention for the World Cup. We would presume that Herbie Farnworth and Jake Wardle would be the starting centres, but Hanley's putting himself in the picture.
I think it's one of the positions where we're fairly strong. You've got Jake Wardle, you've got Ash Hanley, you've got Amila Hanley, you've got Herbie Farnworth killing it in the NRL, so you know, that's probably one of the positions there where we can compete with the likes of Australia and New Zealand.
Well, it's up to Toulouse now to try and compete here. Marianne plays the ball on the last. Shorrocks will go down that left-hand side, but an easy take for Innes Senior. Again, the customary slow start or poor first half from Toulouse, but take nothing away. I'll tell you what, in this heat, this has been a terrific effort from Leigh.
Yeah, they've just done everything right. I think they've had a really good combination of the power game. I think the middles have set the platform really well. We spoke a lot about Offahangawi, Mulhern, Liu, and then when they've had their opportunities, they've been very clinical at the other end.
Big hit on Brogan. Still a couple of plays left, just inside the Toulouse half of the field. Cook, great break down the middle from Cook, and it's going to be another try, and Alec is in for another. Jacob Alec, 7 tries this season. But what a brilliant, terrific break, fancy footwork from Adam Cook. And Leigh are taking control. Alec gets another, that's 4 tries for Leigh. But put that down to Adam Cook.
Yeah, an outstanding piece of play. We just spoke about the middles laying a great foundation. Isaac Liu carries the ball to the line, and I've been impressed with Cook in this first, 32 minutes. He's had his doubters so far this season, but I love it when the halfback carries the ball. I love it when a halfback runs the ball and he's dangerous. He's got the ball in 2 hands as he breaks through the line, and Alec Venke, who is, has been I think you said it before, he's been a little bit of an unsung hero in this Leigh team, on the shoulder to finish it off, and the try's confirmed. It's almost been, in the conditions, a perfect 32 minutes from Leigh. They've been very disciplined. There's been the odd error in there, but when they've had their opportunities, they've been so clinical and executed every opportunity.
Yeah, and you can accept the odd error from the away side. But the home side have been used to these temperatures over the past few weeks, and just confirmed, by the way, that Joe Cater, we mentioned, has gone off the field. Anthony Mariano's come on. Cater has actually gone off with heat stroke. He's vomiting pitch side, and that just goes to show you the conditions that they're playing in.
It's tough for the players. It's really tough for the players. I do feel for the players. I've been in a situation, where it is tough and the heat gets to you, and it makes you make poor decisions when you are fatigued. But Leigh are doing a really good job of handling the conditions.
Well, there we are. Adam Cook created the try, gets his first kick. 12-0 becomes 18-0 very quickly. 6 minutes to half-time. Well, this is just excellent.
I really like watching Isaac Liu play. I think he's a really crucial link in this Leigh offensive cog. I think he does a lot of things really, really well, and he gives Cook and Lamb time with the way he carries the ball. He carries the ball into the teeth. He's always got support around him, and Alec there with the finish, and puts Leigh into a really, really comfortable position.
It must be frustrating. I mean, week in, week out, we talk to Sylvain Hulas, and week in, week out, he says they work so hard on the start of the games, and well, we talk about mistakes. There's another one out on the full possession, gifted back to Leigh. 5 minutes to go to half-time, plenty of time to add to the Toulouse woes.
Yeah, that hurts. That really hurts you. Just the lack of skill and execution. They're all already been under pressure for the majority of this, for the 34 minutes, and they're now going to put themselves under pressure for the last 6 minutes, and give Leigh an opportunity to attack the line again. 7
mistakes in the first half. And they've been punished royally. Here is Alec once more.
Move together. Hold. Hold. Go on.
Pape. Good to see Owen Trout back playing. Go to that left-hand side again. Lamb with the ball inside. Armstrong brought down, tries to play it quickly. Cook and Lamb, the space here. But there's an error this time from Hanley. And McGair will try and bring the ball out. Well, you can see what they were doing. They were challenging this left edge Toulouse defence once more.
Yeah, I mean, the Leigh team have had so much joy, and they're moving the ball and they're looking very slick. You know, I have questioned Leigh's attack at times this season. I don't think it's been as good as it has been in previous years, but they've identified a weak spot and they're really challenging the Toulouse left edge.
Well, the only way that Toulouse are going to get back into this game is to cut out the errors. There was nearly another one there, juggling out by Toliafoa. Lacan. A little chip over the top, chip and chase, but well positioned by Armstrong. 3.5 minutes to half-time. 4 tries for the Leigh Leopards. They lead by 18 points to 0. They've actually won 4 of the last 5 away games. Bradford, Cass, Catalan and York. That poor defeat, that poor showing at Hull KR, but they're beginning to make their move, aren't they?
Yeah, and we spoke about it pre-game, Stu. We spoke about this being a huge game for Leigh. If they've got any ambitions in being involved in the big games at the end of the season, then this game's a must-win, and they're doing everything right so far.
Pape. Oh, good stuff from Alec. Managed to get the ball away. Here is Hanley, looking for a way through. Customary offload there from Iowa Hanley. Now Nia on that far side. Power. Has the power. Now, was that a knock on? I think it was. Yeah, he lost possession. Can't argue too much about that. A little bit over-ambitious from Tessie Nia.
Yeah, I think offloads, really crucial in today's game. I think any time you can get some second phase and really challenge the defence, then it's worthwhile. But I think, Tessie Nia there, I think he's just trying to force it a little bit too much. There was always, there've been a couple of offloads that have gone to ground. He probably just needs to die with the ball there, get down, play it, and try and get Toulouse on the next play. But he is a powerhouse.
Very dangerous.
Find it at the back, please.
Niu.
Okay, shot clock off.
Now that is the time. Couple of minutes for Toulouse to get some points on the board. Rennie just over halfway. Alec again with the tackle. Even in the shade, I'm told at the moment in Toulouse, 37 degrees in the shade, no breeze. It is a real stifler. We'll keep you posted on Joe Cater. He's okay. He's been cooled down, but I'm not surprised as some of the players will suffer from a bit of heat stroke. Toliafoa, last one now. Hands at dummy half. Lacan, short pass out. That was a high shot on Stefani. He will go down. It'll be a penalty. There's a bit of afters as well. Holton it was who was involved.
Adam, come away, please. Tiaki, let go now. Tiaki's good now.
Well, all smiles in the end. A fracas at this stage, just too much bother, isn't there? Too much energy.
Yeah, I'm not sure there's too much in that. It's more of a grab from Cook. He does catch him a little bit. He does catch him a little bit there, and then it's more of a collision with Trout as Trout comes in from the inside. But I just think Toulouse have lacked any fluidity offensively. They just look really clunky, and passes are going to floor. And when we've seen Toulouse this year, they've actually been good with the ball in hand. And I think it's probably just a real key indication of how much they're missing their key player in Ollie Ashot out the back.
The initial incident has got nothing to do with you. I've got a penalty on field. You've then come in and started pushing and shoving. We don't need any of that because that escalates it. It's your penalty for the initial eye contact, but I'm speaking to you because of the afters. All right? Thank you.
Well, Well said, the ref.
Very clear and concise. I've been really impressed with Tara. I was at the York Wigan game last week, and she reffed that really well, and she's growing into a really good referee.
Well, they're going to have 2, maybe 3 tackles here to try and put some points on the board from that penalty. Toliafu with the offload. Hands now, it's Marianne right in front of the post. Yeah, they've been a bit off with ball in hand, close to the line. Played there by Jackie Chan. And again, no support for hands. 10 seconds. Ball goes from Marianne now on that far side. Shorrocks with the kick through. The chase is on, and Senior read it well. And that will be that for the end of the first half. 18 points to 0 in 100-degree heat in Toulouse, and Leigh will be thrilled with what they've done so far.
Yeah, really, really professional performance from Leigh. I think Adrian Lamb at the start of the game would have spoke about, the start of the game.
25 career hat-tricks, and you may remember we asked Danny how many he scored, and conveniently he couldn't remember. Well, our statsman, our Super League, Rugby League, Sky Sports statsman Ian Proctor could. 14 hat-tricks for Danny Maguire in his career. Not bad.
Yeah, not bad. I'm happy with that.
Maggie, the amount of games you play, that's quite disappointing. Only 14? Nah, that was... Yeah. Well, our friend Ian Proctor dug some info out the hole. Apparently a couple of them were playing for England youth or England under-19s in South Africa some decades ago. Anyway, that was yesteryear. Magic Weekend is the future. This is the present. Leigh looking to capitalise again with a pape from dummy half. How many times have we seen him do that? Dangerous Edwin Apape. A good opening set this. Cook will launch a high kick, and Leigh will take it well. But the chase is good. And that's just what Adrian Lamb would have wanted at the start of the second half.
Really, really nice set there from Leigh. They did put the ball down early in the set, but then we're going to see Edwin Apape coming to this game. I feel like as fatigue sets in, Edwin Apape is one of the best nines, one of the best dummy half runners in the competition.
Hence the reason that, as you alluded to in the first half, that Liam Horn started and Apape came on from the bench just to inject that bit of pace into the Leigh line. Was that another mistake? Has the ball gone backwards? No, it hasn't. Well, that play, I'm afraid, just sums up Toulouse's performance in this game. Jackie Chan, the latest to make an error. First set, first error. That has been the story of the afternoon for the home side, who've lost 6 consecutive home games. Unless they get their act together, that's going to become 7.
I mean, it's the worst possible start. The first opportunity you get with the ball, and it's an unforced error. There's nobody in front of Jackie Chan there, and he just puts the ball down. It's just fatigue.
Putting themselves under pressure once more. Here is Alec. We've got Leigh's 4th try in that second half. Apape now at dummy half. Cook. Armstrong, here is Hanley once more, but Rennie it was who made the initial tackle to bring him down, finished off by Leigh. A couple of opportunities still here for Leigh. And you just taking the tackle to make sure that they're set up for this last tackle play. And here is Cook now. Lamb with a long pass, and Senior will go for the corner, and Senior will score. Well, this time, instead of going left to right, they go right to left, and they did set up for the try, and they have scored the try. And this time, it's Innis Senior getting try number 5 for Leigh and capitalising on another Toulouse mistake.
Yeah, and this is out to the favoured side. You know, Leigh over the last 2 or 3 seasons, they've been so good moving the ball out to this left edge, and we see the spine interacting, and it's just a really smart option from Lachlan Lamb. I think he's worked out that Toulouse are being aggressive on the edge defensively, and he just cuts out with a cut-out pass to Tessinu. And in his senior, he's a great finisher. I've worked with him at Cass. You know, he's a great finisher. Anytime, he's a big body. Any opportunity close to the line, again, he's one of the best in the competition. But you're right, Stu, it's on the back of another Toulouse error.
Well, this is as good as Adrian Lamb could have hoped for. In the conditions, in the heat, it's a really professional performance from the Leigh Leopards. 5 tries, 1 goal so far from Adam Cook. This one again, not the easiest. 6 or 7 yards in from the left touchline. No joy, 22-0 it is, but the perfect start to the second half.
Yeah, the worst possible start for Toulouse, but the perfect start for Leigh. And again, the lethal left edge that has been known, throughout the last few seasons. And again, Lachlan Lamb, Adam Cook, David Armstrong combining, and in his senior with a great finish. And like you say, the best possible start for Leigh.
Bailey Hodgson has come on. Yu has gone off for Leigh. Yeah, but you know this. The frustrations of being a coach, because you can be absolutely certain that the first thing Sylvain Houlas would have said is just cut out the errors, cut out the silly mistakes, give yourself a chance, and then first time they have the ball, there's another.
Yeah, and again, rugby league's a very simple game. You've got to complete your sets, you've got to win territory, you've got to make smart decisions, and we've just not seen enough of that from Toulouse today. And like you say, Sylvain Houlas will be really disappointed with Tiaki Tan. It was just poor skill. He was under no pressure, and he's put his team under immense pressure now, and Leigh took full advantage of it.
Leigh doing everything right, Toulouse doing everything wrong. And here they come again, beautiful hands, here's Cook now, he's got support, and it's going to be Charlie for try number 4. Josh Charlie in for another. Wow, what an afternoon it's proving to be for Josh Charlie. 4 tries, and Leigh are going to town on Toulouse.
Yeah, back to back, on the back of the try there, everything that Toulouse would have been talking about would be kicking the ball into the corner, defending strong, but it's a lovely short side, it's a lovely bit of recognition from Adam Cook, who recognises that Toulouse are not ready, and he jumps down the short side, frees a Myler Hanley, who gets his hands free, and lovely offload. Look at the support there, he's got Lamb inside, he's got Charlie outside, and he goes to the man of the night. And Josh Charlie brings it round and dots it down under the post. Really nice piece of play from Leigh. They've been so clinical. Every opportunity that they've got today in good areas, they've finished it, and Josh Charlie's been there every time.
20 tries now this season. Well, proving to me, isn't it? 39, 40 degrees, 100, 102 degrees. It's not a problem for the Leigh Leopards. 26 points to 0. Josh Charlie having a field day. Tell you what, though, in the heat, in the conditions, it's been really impressive. It really has. 6 tries. And so far, only 1 successful goal kick. Adam Cook rectified that. The flags go up. It's 28 points to 0, and it's very impressive from the Leigh Leopards.
Yeah, and I think the challenges that you faced when you travel to France make this fixture a really tough one. The travel, hotel, different food, and obviously the heat today as well. So you've got to admire the way that Leigh have gone about things today. Very professional. You know, they've gone forward, the middles have been really strong, they've moved the ball at the right time, they've kicked into corners at the right time, and it's been a really impressive 47 minutes.
The problems continuing to mount for Toulouse. He carries the ball forward. And he's now 5 clear of Ryan Hall. Oh, is that a ball steal?
Just bear with me.
There may be a challenge here.
Okay, just bear with me. Okay. Okay.
Well, it is going to be
challenge. Lose a challenge in the decision of a box.
Yeah, that's, you can hear there the captain challenge. What do you think, Danny?
It's really hard to see. There's so many bodies in the frame there, but I think the touch judge had a really good view of that. He's really close to the action. It looks to me like a Papi spinning in the tackle and trying to get down to play the ball.
Yeah.
And again, as I said on the previous captain's challenge, defensively, you know, you're wanting to have your hands around the ball, you're wanting to protect, you know, stop an offload or stop a Papi from playing the ball quick. So I can understand why Lacanza's got his hands on the ball there. Whether he makes a play at it or not, I'm not too sure. Again, I'd be more likely to go with a loose carry from a Papi.
I think the challenge is going to be inconclusive, so
it's going to be challenging, conclusive.
The original decision will stand, Danny.
Yeah, again, I think it was just really hard to see. Obviously, so many bodies in the collision, so many bodies in the way.
You've still got
and it's probably the right call.
The penalty goes to Leigh. Well, 28 points to 0.
Okay.
It's going to be a 5th away win in the last 6 games.
And I think you find sometimes, Stu, when things aren't going for you, when you're not at your best, you don't get them 50-50 decisions as well. And Leigh probably deserve it from the way they've gone about things. It was a really strong carry from a Papi. He's fought to get down and play the ball. You know, so I'm okay with that decision.
Alec once more, who's put in another monstrous stint for Leigh today. Here is Bailey Hodgson. Oh, good hands, Armstrong now. He's got support from New, and it's going to be another try. Tessie New strolls in, and this is becoming a rout so easy. Armstrong it was. The gap opened up, and you're not going to stop Tessie New from there. Leigh get another. There's still half an hour to go, and it's already 32-0.
Yeah, it's almost a little bit too easy now, Stu. You've got to really question what the right edge of the Toulouse defence are doing. But it's the first time we've seen David Armstrong inject himself into the game. You know, we've spoke about the lethal left edge of Leigh, and they come here again. They've had some success within his senior score in the last try. So they go there again. And again, it's shape around the ball. Cook with options inside and out, but Armstrong injected himself into the game. And as you said, you know, nobody's stopping Tessie New from 10-15 metres out. He's a cannonball of a man, and it's almost turning into a rout, like you said.
Well, all the heat literally is on the home side. Toulouse, I think sometimes you've got to be honest, they've been awful. They've been masters of their own downfall, but take nothing away from the Leigh performance. It's been ruthless. Cook once more. 7 tries for Leigh so far. And there we go. And huge disappointment it will be for Sylvain Houlas. All the hard work that they've put in this week. But there's no stopping Leigh.
Yeah, again, you know, Lachlan Lamb's been, you know, he's been fairly quiet for Lachlan Lamb, but everything he's done has been nice and slick. You know, his combination with Cook, and this time with Armstrong, who chimes into the line. I really like Armstrong as a player. You know, he's got speed, he's got agility, he moves really well. Obviously, he's been out for a long time with a serious injury, and I think we're probably going to see the best of him at the back end of the season.
Now, Rob Butler coming on for Taliafoa. Butler signing a new 2-year contract this week. But they've been involved in some tight tussles this season, Toulouse. They've also been on the end of some embarrassing scorelines as well, which you would expect. I mean, we've mentioned this before, the fact that Toulouse and Bradford and York have had, around about 8 weeks to prepare for Super League after getting the green light. And, well, one of the tight squeezes for Toulouse was in the game at the Leigh Sports Village, wasn't it? 20 all after 80 minutes, lost 21-20 in golden points extra time. But this is a completely different ball game, and Leigh are enjoying themselves now. The big question is how many? Hanley on the far side. On the last. Cook it is with the kick downfield, taken by Cesar Rouget. I suppose for Toulouse it's all about building, isn't it? Building for the future, and I think that was the message that Sylvain Hules has been trying to put over the last 2 or 3 weeks, that they've got to stick together as a team and as a club, you know. And if they can have some success, which they have had already, and win some games this year, then that's a tick in the box. It was never going to be that simple, was it?
Yeah, but it was never going to happen overnight. No. And without being disrespectful to Toulouse, you know, the lack quality of some of the top Super Leagues some of the top teams in the Super League. But what you do get most weeks with Toulouse is fight and grit and determination. We've probably just not seen enough of that today.
McCann with the kick, Armstrong with the easy take, watched it really well. Pressure coming in from Maxime Stefani. He'll be disappointed. 100th appearance for Toulouse, and it's turning out to be one of their worst performances of the season. But for Leigh, it all augurs well, doesn't it? They've got Warrington at Magic, the Cats at home, Hull away, Warrington at home, Wigan at home, and I think the next 5 weeks is potentially where you're going to see what Leigh are made of and where their season is shaping up.
Yeah, I think it's a real crucial period for Leigh. And again, if they've any ambitions of being involved in the big games at the back end of the season, this next 6-week block is going to be really crucial. And what we're seeing today is they're a team on the up, they're a team on the rise, and they're a team playing full of confidence.
Thanks, Warren.
Laguerre.
Away now, Louis! Leigh with me! Edwin, you're up! Edwin, good
Butler. Now done well, Rob Butler. We're not seeing too many Toulouse players actually break tackles during this game. Butler making an impact straight away. Shorrocks, but nowhere to go. Hodgson it was with the tackle. Is there space on that left-hand side, maybe? Quay Ward finds Rennie. Stefani at dummy half. 2 tackles left in the set. Here is Lecan. Misses one out, misses another out. Went for the dummy. Does get the offload away. 4 hands now. Then is the space maybe here for AJ Wallace, but again Leigh's defence is holding firm. Short pass there. Chan, ball off the ground, goes backwards, picked up by Marion. Now then, long pass out for Laguerre. Laguerre looking for the ball inside, still going. On the last, Rennie's brought down. Stefani goes for the line, but there was never going to be anything doing there for Maxime Stefani. Leigh survived once more. 15 minutes gone in the second half. 34 points to 0.
Yeah, just a really poor last tackle option there from Stefani. You know, I'm not sure what he's seen, I'm not sure what he's thinking, but it's the first time that we've seen any sort of rhythm from Toulouse offensively. They moved the ball, they found a few offloads. I'd like to see the ball in Ruben Rennie's hands a little bit more. I think he's been starved of possession out there on that left centre, but you know, a little glimmer of attacking joy there from Toulouse.
Well, last week they were 36-0 down against Castleford, and came back and scored 3 late tries, too little too late, and any efforts today is going to be too little too late. And for the second time in the game, Leigh penalised for an incorrect play of the ball.
Yeah, again, I think, you know, the conditions are probably playing their part here as well. I think the ball will be a bit greasy. You know, I think you've got to be really clean and clinical when you're getting up to play the ball. We've seen a few errors in the ruck today, Stu.
Yeah, and there's no doubt that the temperatures will play a big part. Robbie Mulhern is back on. Here is Butler. Made an impression since he's come on. Hands at dummy half. Are there any points in this game for Toulouse? Shorrocks. There he is brought down. The fullback deputising for Ashelbot. Here is Lecan once more, but nowhere to go. He's not going to win a one-on-one battle with Robbie Mulhern, that's for sure. Gets up gingerly. Butler as they push towards the post. Leigh had loved to keep Toulouse pointless in this game. Now then, Shorrocks and Lecan once more. Little kick through, and it's a try for Ethan Quay-Ward. There is the score. There'll be no nil as far as Leigh are concerned. They get the score. Kick through, Ethan Quay-Ward with his second try for Toulouse Olympique. They have points on the board. 34 points to 4.
Yeah, we spoke about Toulouse being a bit blunt in attack, and I think, you know, the best way for Toulouse to find some reward today was probably going to be off a kick. And we see Lecan's going to the line, he's got shape around him, he's got options around him, and it's actually a really nice, well-weighted kick. You know, and Ethan Quay-Ward's on the spot there, competing, fighting hard. And we spoke about Toulouse, they will battle, they will fight, and they are showing a little bit of resilience here. You know, this last 5 or 6 minutes, you know, they're back into the game a little bit, they've moved the ball a little bit better, and they've got the rewards there with Quay-Ward in for his second try of the season.
Yeah, only 20 minutes to go, but 34 points to 4. Jake Shorrocks only missed 3 attempts at goal this season. Yeah, but again, it's going to be too little too late. I mentioned before, 36-0 down after an hour at Castleford last week and scored 3 late tries, but it just seems to be the story of their season, the poor starts and the mistakes, and you know, the points that they're putting on are at this stage of a game when they can't really change anything.
Yeah, and they don't seem to be getting to the bottom of it. You know, they've not found a solution to the slow starts, and you know, it's okay finishing strong and, you know, and showing that determination and showing that grit, and that's fine, and the coach will be pleased with that. But for me, if I'm Sylvan Hulls, I'm wanting to see that fight early on. I'm wanting to see that fight in the first 10 minutes. And it's just not coming from Toulouse at the minute. They just can't find a solution to their slow starts.
Coming up for an hour gone, 34 points to 4. It's going to be a big win for Leigh. It's a big 2 points, I'm sure. We're going to have our first water break of the second half. There will be one now, and there will be another one in 10 minutes' time. But yeah, as far as Leigh are concerned, it's just been a really, really good day. And Josh Charnley has taken his try tally to 20, so he's only 6 behind Mike Acevo, would you believe now? The Leeds man at the top of the try scoring charts. And here they go again. This was Senior with a beauty on the other side.
Yeah, we spoke about Leigh's lethal left edge. You know, in the second half they've gone there twice and got the reward. Senior first, And the man of the hour, Josh Charnley, with the second try. And then Tessinu, you know, the powerhouse out in that left centre. Every opportunity Leigh have had, they've been really clinical and executed the shape really well. And again, we spoke about Toulouse not firing. It was, you know, the tries were probably going to come from something a little bit different, and it's a really well weighted for kick from Thomas Lecans, and Key Ward's the man on the spot to finish it.
Well, good news for Toulouse. Joe Cater is back on the field. He had to go off, and after about half an hour, the former Hull man suffering from heat stroke. But we've got 20 minutes to go, and they've had a succession of away games, Leigh, and they've done really, really well. Only that defeat, as we mentioned earlier, against LKR, back at the Leigh Sports Village a week after Magic against Castleford, 6 weeks away from home, with the pitch being relayed and all made spick and span for the rest of the season. Here is Jackie Chan, 34 points to 4, 20 minutes to go. Leigh, you're going to be 2 points off the playoffs.
Yeah, and I feel like they can make a real play for the playoffs as well. They've got some real quality. They've got quality in key positions, the 6, the 7, the 1, the 9. And I feel like if they can get in that 6, they could show some teams how to do it.
Well, they've been close, haven't they, the last 2 years to getting through to Old Trafford, going through to those semi-finals, beaten on both occasions by the arch enemy Wigan. Kick goes up, Rennie bats it back. Here is Marianne, still the last, tries to get the ball away. Butler just hoops it, anywhere will do. But the ball has been lost by Anthony Marianne. It'll be a turnover, and Leigh will get the ball back.
I thought Marion was the man on the spot, breaking the record, 261 appearances for Toulouse. That is some effort. And I thought, he got the ball in a little bit of space here, but again, just Toulouse, the last play options and the way they've gone about things offensively today, they've just not challenged Leigh enough for me.
I'll get to it. Yeah.
You may remember they were 30-0 down in the last home game against Leeds, and then they roared back, didn't they? They got 24 unanswered points before Leeds ran away with it. Yeah, just confirming, by the way, that 7 out of Leeds' last 10 matches are at home, so they're in their destiny definitely in their own hands. That's confirming 2 big games against Warrington. Games in rounds 20 and 21, both at home against Warrington and Wigan, could define where Leigh end up, but they're not going to be far away, that's for sure. Cook on the last, lifts it high, and it's taken by César Rouget. The clock ticking, 18 minutes to go in the south of France. Toulouse all the way back in February beat Castleford in their first home game back in Super League, and they've lost the ball again, and they're about to lose 7 consecutive games as well at home, and all a bit of a mishmash there. Ruben Rennie trying to dive on the ball. Well, there you go. And that, I'm afraid, defines the day for Toulouse.
Yeah, no, they've been their own worst enemies of Toulouse. And I think as a coach you can accept forced errors, or where you're going for something, you're moving the ball, and it's a great piece of defensive play, but Matej Pons there is coming in for a carry off his wing. He's not making tackles, he's not doing the tough stuff that the middles are doing. You just can't make errors coming out of yardages and outside back. You need to be clean, you need to be clinical, and there's been just too much of that from Toulouse today.
Well, still a chance for, well, a great chance and plenty of time for Leigh to add to their tally. 34 so far, 7 tries, 4 for Josh Charnley. Horn is back on. Now they go to that wing again. Hodgson plays the ball. Hanley has gone off. Maybe a bit of a concern. Here is Lewis Brogan in front of the stick. 17 minutes to go. And the chance! Is it a try? Pape right on that try line.
Go 5.
Cook again. As Hodgson put the ball down, he has on the last. Well, Pape was close to another one. I think both sides are weary at the moment. That's how close Edwin Pape came to another one. AJ Wallace denying him right on that try line.
I just think Leigh have had a really nice mix of playing the power game. Obviously, they're winning the meter battle, you know, easily tonight, but then, you know, they've moved the ball at the right time as well, Stu, when opportunities have arose and they've moved the ball to the strike on the edges, but the forwards have been strong and disciplined and carried the ball with intent.
Marianne at dummy half. McCann. Well, does well. He was tackled hard. Play on. And the whistle eventually goes.
Tackle without the ball.
It may well have been a penalty. That's what we were thinking, wasn't it? Yep, tackle without the ball. Penalty to the home side. 15 minutes to go. 34 points to 4. Getting all a little scrappy.
Yeah, I think Stefani was actually in a little bit of space there. They'd moved the ball out to the left. They were challenging sort of Leigh's right edge, and he probably just needed to carry on running, Stefani, there, and he's looked to turn the ball up. And they have got a penalty out of it, and it's a chance now for Toulouse to finish this game strong, finish this game with a little bit of credit, to take something into the games going forward.
They're trying to offload. Marion. Belmas brought down. Pape's in there. Brogan was in there. Gingerly gets up. The set restart though. A 6 again. Can they get more points on the board? Here is Butler. Pape was who brought him down. No joy for Marion. It was well read by Armstrong, but hang on a second. They do get another try. Butler, who's worked really hard, he's worked tirelessly, hasn't he, since he's come on. And Rob Butler signs a new 2-year contract this week, gets his reward with a second try for Toulouse.
Yeah, I think Butler's actually been the shining light in this second half. Obviously, high on life after signing a new 2-year deal, loving life in the south of France, and he's a big man. So close to the line there, it's almost impossible to stop him. He gets in a dummy half, not a position that front row forwards would find themselves in too much, but realises, you know, there's probably not much going on there and just decides to go himself. And, you know, I think he really deserves that. He's worked hard in this second half.
Yeah, he has. He's been their best player without a doubt. Started his career at the Medway Dragons, Rob Butler. Made his name then at the London Broncos. We've got some more bad news, by the way, or some bad news for Leigh. Shorrocks adds the extras, and they were 34-0 down. It's now 34 points to 10. We're hearing from Pitside that Amila Hanley has aggravated a shoulder injury. Obviously won't be returning, but that's a real worry for Leigh and for Adrian Lamb heading into the big game with Warrington at Magic Weekend.
Yeah, he's had a real stop-start season. I'm a big fan of Amila Hanley. I think he's a really good player. I love watching him play. All the ability in the world. But, you know, it's worrying. He's had a few injuries this year, and if it's a recurrence of a shoulder injury, you know, we don't know how long that's going to be, but hopefully it won't be long term.
Yeah, Leigh involved in the finale of day one of Magic next weekend against Warrington.
Huge game that now, huge game.
Yeah, absolutely. Warrington scraping through on Thursday night. 18 points to 16 against Catalan. But at this stage of the season, as you will well know, many stages or many times during your career. Oh, here's Leigh now, breaking down the middle. Has he got the pace to go around Armstrong?
Wow.
Brilliant this from Leigh. Chase coming back, can he get to the line? What a chase that was. Leigh eventually brought down, it was Senior who managed to chase back. Long pass out now to this side for Rennie, who will score. Well, they get another one. It was a brilliant sidestep and a dummy. Leigh racing through the middle. Terrific chase back from Innes Senior. But Rennie gets another one. And they've got 3 tries in reply. 34 points to 14 now.
And this is the story of Toulouse this season. You know, starting so slow and then finding something in, the back end of the game. You know, it's all too late, but what a break from Benjamin Leigh. What about the step there on Armstrong as well? You've got to give Innes Senior the credit there for chasing back. It would have been quite easy for Innes not to chase back, and the game's won. And I called for it earlier, trying to get Ruben Rennie the ball in space. A lovely pass over the top, and he finishes it in the corner. And we spoke about Toulouse. They've got grit, they've got determination, they've got fight, they've got spirit, and we're seeing that now at the back end of the game, but the game's gone.
Yeah, not for the first time this season. Entertaining, but it's going to be too little, too late. We'll come back to the point that I was trying to make to you about Warrington's win over Catalan before we were rudely interrupted by Benjamin Leigh. There'll be another water break after this kick. Let's have a little chat about it then. But here is Shorrocks off the touchline. Is it another 2 points? It's a great kick. 34 points to 16 now. It was 34 points to 0 after 50 minutes, and we are going to have another water break. They're not going to be able to score 18 points, are they, in 10 minutes? Well, the way that we've seen some games go this year in Super League, you never know. But the point I was trying to make before about Warrington and about other clubs, certainly around this stage of the season, it's a win is a win is a win. And it doesn't matter how you perform. If you can pick up a win and not play very well, champion teams do that.
And sometimes you just got to find a way.
Yeah.
This time of the year, the injuries, suspensions, the heat, there's loads of factors that can contribute to performance, and we're just going to see Butler's try here. Really pleased for the big man. I think he's worked hard in this second half, and again a lovely pass there. I think it's the golden boy Marion, his 261st appearance for Toulouse. That finds Ruben Rennie. I think he's a real threat out there on that left edge. I think he's a real player for Toulouse, but he's just not seen enough ball today.
Yeah, missed 6 weeks. So the Toulouse squad not involved today. Paul Ulbeck there and Pulselli. There's Marion. And there's some happy Leigh fans. They've been up for the last 10 minutes or so, but 34 points to 16. They are getting some reward. This is a mirror image. I say 36-0 down against Cass, scored 18 points in the last 10 minutes or so. 34-0 down here. The same against Leeds, who were saying they were 30 points to 0 down here. Against Leeds, scored 24 points, and then Leeds ran away with it. So they do some good stuff, but they cause themselves too many problems.
Time on.
So 10 minutes to go. It's been entertaining. Leigh may be running out of steam a little bit, and also there's in the back of your mind that the job done, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's really hard when you go into a commanding lead, when you're 34 points up, the conditions and everything that comes with the performance today. It'd be quite easy to take your foot off the gas, and to be fair to Toulouse, they've took advantage of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Was looking for the offload, just couldn't find it. But they're giving it a go. Fair play to Toulouse here. Lacam, and Here is Rennie again on that far side. Leigh, whose break set up Rennie's try just a couple of moments ago. Well, LeCan have to take it. Starbling's through. LeCan now. Can it go round Armstrong? Well, this is sensational. If they get another one here, would you believe this? Last one. Here is Shorrock's kick through, but that was well read. I have to say that he saw that very early, David Armstrong. That was good fullback play and huge signs of relief from the Leigh players, staff and fans. 34-16, 8 minutes to go.
Where's this come from, Stu? Where's it come from? You know, really good piece of full-back play there from David Armstrong. He actually came forward in the line as a defender, but recognised that Shorrocks was shaping for the kick and put himself in a great position to defuse a really tough situation. And then obviously, as we've seen throughout the game, Toulouse, just a lack of discipline there, and Innis Senior winning a penalty.
Yeah. Well, they will be relieved. Finally getting their hands on the ball after those 3 quick tries in the space of 10 minutes. Quay Ward and Butler and Rennie. But this is the frustration again, isn't it? We'll be talking, no doubt, to Sylvain Houlez after, and it's the story he's seen so many times this season.
And I'm not sure I've got an answer for him. It's really hard, and you know, he's probably done a lot of soul searching as a coach as well, and you know, the same things keep happening.
Armstrong brought down. Hodgson from dummy half going short. Charnley, 4 tries today. Here's a Pape. Last play in this set. Lamb with a no-look pass. Armstrong with a kick through, and taken by Mathieu Ponce. Close to his own line. Quick play of the ball. Cesar Rouget. You can't fault their effort.
No, again, we spoke about it pre-game, didn't we? We knew what we were going to get from Toulouse. We knew we'd get fight. We knew we'd get some spirit, but it's all come too late for me. I want to see this early part of the game, and I know I've said that already and probably sound a bit like a broken record, but they can do it, but it's just coming a little bit too late.
Belmas eventually plays the ball. Holton with the tackle. Can gets the kick away. Senior, one of the 7 tries that Leigh have scored so far. Lamb at dummy half. Horn. Trout. Oh, good play from Trout. Great offload, looking for Horn. Horn looking to offload as well, or maybe not. He won't need to. Terrific perseverance and power and strength and skill. And Liam Horn races over. If there was any doubt, there isn't any more. And any signs of a Toulouse comeback, if ever there was, have been snubbed out. Great try from Horn, and Leigh extend their lead, 38-16.
Yeah, the Leigh fans are enjoying themselves in the sun, and it's great to see Owen Trout back, the NRL bound forward, bound for the Cronulla Sharks next year, and Liam Horn, you know, he's been starting the game off the bench for Leigh for the majority of the season, gets his opportunity to start. You know, it's a tough finish there. You know, I think he breaks about 3 or 4 tackles and seals the game for Leigh. You know, a really pleasing performance. I'm sure Adrian Lamb will be thrilled with the way Leigh have gone about things. You know, like probably a 10-minute period there where Toulouse got on top, but they've been quite clinical, and you know, Liam Horn very happy with himself there.
Shot clocked on, yeah? Yeah, I'd already said it, yeah. Thank you. Yeah. It didn't affect the speed.
The Leigh fans will be enjoying their celebrations in Toulouse City later on tonight.
Thank you.
That's their 8th try. After those 3 touchdowns in 10 minutes from Toulouse. Can Cook make it around 40? So 40 points to 16. What a big win this is going to be in the heat of Toulouse.
Yeah, I will do. They have been going left, but they may switch it up. Which way? Yeah, you worry. Thank you.
Mulhern has had a good game. I think Geddes had a good game. So has that man, Liam Horn. David Armstrong is feeling the heat. Got an ice pack around his neck in back play. They go for the short kick-off. And it comes off. Toulouse get the ball back with 4 minutes to go. Yeah, but a slow start to the season, a poor start to the season, as Danny Maguire was alluding to. The next 6 weeks are massive for the Leigh Leopards, and they and we will have a really good idea of where they stand in the pecking order after the next 5 or 6 games.
I think a performance like this can fill you with so much confidence as well. And like I said, it's not easy to go to France. You have to deal with loads of different situations, but it does give you a lot of confidence moving forward if you can get the job done.
McCann. Is there going to be a final try for Toulouse? Shorrocks. Well, that was the last one. And both sides visibly wilting now in the heat of Toulouse. Still 36 degrees Saturday evening in the south of France. Yeah, but Adrian Lamb, as you said, I mean, he'll be thrilled with the way that they've just handled it all.
I think just professional. You know, if you had to label this performance, I think they've just done most things right. You know, again, I think the forwards have worked hard. You know, the conditions today, you know, the forwards are in the middle, you know, carrying the ball, making the tackles, and it's really, really tough work, and I think they've done that well. But I think they've been marshalled well by Cook and Lamb.
That was Cook's kick. Good thinking as well early in the tackle count, and look where César Rouget is picking the ball up a couple of yards away from his own line. 2 minutes to go.
You go back in with your knees, you make it slow.
Well, it's a penalty to lose. It won't matter too much, but it's going to be 5 wins out of 6 away games. And so when you consider that 7 out of the last 10 for Leigh are going to be at home, they're in a good position. It's going to be tight, isn't it? Leigh and Wakefield and Saints were battling to try and get into the top 4, but making sure that they get position 5 or 6. You can see the dominance. Those 3 quick tries in 6 minutes after half-time, putting pay to any thoughts of any big comeback, despite the 3 quick scores from Toulouse around the hour mark. Rennie, now was it stolen? Or did he lose possession? Well, the referee is ruling that it was a knock-on.
No, it was inconclusive, so they still got it. Can
But
you count this challenge? Toulouse are challenging the decision of a knock-on.
Well, there you go. You may as well. There's a minute to go. They're going to see if they can get points on the board.
Yeah,
Was it a knock-on or
it's
not?
that man Ruben Rennie again. He's a real strong ball carrier. He's breaking tackles. He's spinning in the tackle. He's trying to get down and play it. It's really hard to see when there's so many bodies in, you know, how the ball comes out. And again, for me, the onus has to be on the ball carrier. You have to take care of the ball. And I think he's trying to sort of wriggle free. Alec Venke's trying to prevent probably some second phase. For me, that's just a loose carry.
Looks like it, doesn't it?
Okay, thank you. Give me a knock-on.
Alec was in there.
Because he's turning, he has to get a ball security.
Hall was in there.
Yeah.
And as Danny Maguire spotted,
Knock-on.
the challenge
Lee scrum.
is unsuccessful.
Where's Johnson,
Good
boys?
decision from Tara Jones, the ref.
Allowed to wrap
Leigh
the
will
ball,
get the ball
and then
back,
control
but
player's turning, he has ball security. Okay, scrum down, Leigh ball.
the heat
Yeah.
of the night
Yeah. Shot clock's on.
hasn't been the story of the day. Yes, it's been hot, but Leigh have been hot.
clock's
They've
on.
run hot.
Time's
They've
up as
scored
well,
8
so we've
tries.
got
Josh
hot
Charlie
now.
has scored
Okay,
4
let's
of
go.
them as well. And this has been
Can't do that, unfortunately.
Danny Maguire
Heads in.
summed it up.
Heads in.
One word
Clear.
has summed it up.
Okay, shot clock's
Professional.
off. Out.
Yeah, I think they've just done
Time's
everything
on.
right, and I think when they've had their opportunities, and then like a little trick play now as well, Armstrong's got the speed, doesn't quite come off.
Middle.
Yeah, no
Play the ball. Play the ball.
problem with going for that.
Anthony, play the ball here.
On the last, Toulouse will have the final say whether it will result in points or not.
Go back.
It really is
Go back.
immaterial, but Leigh
Go back.
in front by 18 points to 0 at half-time.
Okay, yeah.
And they got those 3 tries in the space of 6 minutes at the start of the second half, and that really was the ball game. But for the home side, it's going to be a 7th consecutive home defeat. And they can't have any complaints. There is the final Hoosa celebrations for Leigh. That really is a good job. Very well done.
Yeah, again, I'm going to echo the point. It's a really professional performance. Everything that they've done today, Leigh, has been clinical. I think they actually defended well. Toulouse had a period where they were moving the ball and they were white hot with the ball and got their rewards with the 16 points. But yeah, they'll be really pleased with what they've done today, the Leigh players. I think a really good team performance across the board. I think from 1 to 17, really strong team performance, and that's what it takes to get the job done down in France.
Yeah, well, we're speaking to the player of the match. You just saw him there in the